I do agree with what you're saying. I'm just so like I hate playing unranked games. I just don't
Yeah.
think they're very good quality, and people
No.
just do a bunch of stupid shit. And
Yeah.
um, so I'm kind of afraid to practice the meta heroes. Like if I were to say I'm gonna go play meta carry heroes every game, I'd probably play what? Troll, Ursa, Terrorblade, Lycan. I don't know,
Mm.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
pretty much. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, why don't
Okay.
you tell me what you think of this game?
Okay. Yeah, this is something that I've been seeing more and more often. People going for the two slippers of agility and then upgrading it to a Pullman shield. I don't really like. It's not a every game kind of thing. But this is a year up against a Darkseer, so yeah, definitely this is a good starting item. But I'm gonna skip a little bit.
Oh, can I say one
Oh,
thing
what
to
the hell?
preface the
Yeah,
games that we're gonna watch? In these games, I basically was playing with Genius because she started
yeah,
playing again.
yeah,
She's the CM,
yeah.
and
I noticed.
so when I play with her and certain other people, I like try like I get that much more invested because I want to like I don't know if it's like a show off thing or if it's like I don't want to lose that person's MMR for them, whatever. But like
Yeah.
I went into these two games um, going, there's no fucking way we're gonna lose. We're gonna kill them. We're gonna win. And they were very, very try hard.
Okay.
Both games were pretty much we lost this game hands down, but I'm
Mm,
gonna fucking win it anyway.
mm.
And
Okay.
so there was some point in which I probably got stressed and made some mistakes, but I was trying
Yeah.
my best.
Yeah. That's I think like for me that sort of an attitude really hurts. Like if I go into a game with that sort of an attitude and I lose that game, literally that'll be the last game I'll play that day. Oh, that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah, I was not too happy.
It's fine. It's fine. One thing that I was gonna say to you was if you were going for this build and just pick a stout shield and make it a poor man shield right off the bat. Don't worry too much about quelling blade. At the same time, if it's just a it wasn't just a dark seer. There was a double
No,
lane.
the
So
Marana.
yeah, this game you definitely should have sacrificed a few CS or sacrificed a quelling blade for a PMS at the beginning.
Yeah.
You probably still would have died here if you
Well, when I
get
see
clipped.
like a, oh, sorry, go ahead.
When you get clipped by that arrow, you're dead. That's it. There was
Yeah, yeah.
there was
Usually when I'm against like a Darkseer or a Timbersaw or something like that on a hero that I start off with the two slippers, and I want a Quelling Blade and a Poor Man's, I'll get the Quelling
mm,
Blade first because they're not going to right click me too much. But you're
mm,
right, like it ended up being, and I knew it. I should have went with the PMS. You're right.
mm. Okay. Yeah. So I was saying that when you go into a game with that attitude, yeah, and I end up losing that game. That's it. That's the last game of the day because it does really affect me. And if you go into a game that way and then you keep playing, you're most likely you'll be tilted, very much tilted,
So
and you will most
basically, like I have a really big problem with unrealistic expectations, and
yeah
when I, so maybe
yeah
that's what you're saying. Like don't like be unrealistic. Just try my
Yeah.
best.
It's more along the lines of no matter what the situation is, no matter what at the beginning of the game or even during the game, like beginning of the game, know why you're going into that game or what you're aiming for, and during the game when it turns difficult or etc., always have this one thing in mind that I want to learn what is happening. I want to learn how to improve. I want to learn what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, and what's going to be the result. And I'm going to take it as a challenge. Like, even if it's a tough game, I'm still going to, like, spend this time learning because one of the worst things for me in Dota is that you don't have a surrender button, you don't have a forfeit button, which would be
Yeah.
really good. But there isn't one. So you do end up spending half the time in every single game that you lose wasting that time, right? 20 minutes per game per game lost is just wasted. You know, guaranteed you're going to lose. So in that time, I'd rather spend that time thinking that okay, let's try weird things. Let's try different things. Let's see how well I can split push. Or
Yeah.
we've lost this game. Let's see how well I can read the enemy team's movements. I know I'm gonna die.
And just
I'm gonna
practice
die.
split pushing. Yeah.
Yeah, just practice
That's
split
what I kind of
pushing.
did in this game,
Yeah.
and
You're not gonna win. Like for a fact you're not gonna win, and you know for a fact that you're gonna die as well. In fact, the way
okay.
you're split pushing, you're looking to die, but what you are doing at the same time is sort of counting. Like, okay, I expect the enemy to be here, and this is sort of
This
when I
time,
think
yeah.
I'm gonna
This is
die.
when I need to leave. Yeah.
Yeah. This is when I won't need to leave, and don't even leave. Just stay there, even though you think you should leave. Just stay there so that
Okay.
you know when you next time
Well,
in regular game.
okay. In this game, I felt like the reason why the last two lane, I don't know if you're noticing what I was doing, but I started pushing because I
Yeah.
realized the Darkseer was just going to push against us.
Yeah.
And I was
I
like,
mean,
and not only did I have an opportunity to just free farm for a moment, I figured I should just push because being a hard lane, I'm not even worried as much about
yeah.
them getting anything out of lane. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure I got the most I could. So I thought
Yeah.
I'm just gonna push against them. But then the Darkseer
Yeah.
disappears for like 2 lanes or
Mm.
2 creep waves. I'm like, I shouldn't have pushed.
No, I
And then you
mean,
went to jungle for a minute or
there's a
something.
couple of things that you can do when there's a Darkseer against you, especially when there's a dual lane. It's fine to push. It's impossible nearly to push the lane against a Darkseer. It's literally impossible. But when you have a regular dual lane against you and your supports can't zone them out, and there's no benefit there, then you can just push the lane and maximize your farm. That's completely fine. Or at the same time, when there's a Darkseer, you just wait till the creeps are underneath your tower and you just try to get as much farm as you possibly can underneath the tower. Both are fine. There's like no real problem with either of them. The only mistake you've made so far is that you didn't level up Spell Shield at level 2, because Spell Shield
Yeah.
gives you 26 level 1 spell
Oh,
Shield
against
gives
the
you,
Darkseer. Oh my
yeah,
God. All I
not
was thinking was that I have a tri lane and I need some more damage, so I went more mana.
mm,
My Q.
mm,
And
not
I thought
not
that if I
only
got a
the
lesson in this, you'd
Darkseer,
probably say that was wrong.
not only the Darkseer, it's also the Mirana. I mean, the 50 damage gets scaled down to 25 damage. Sure, that's nice. But it's also the Starstorm, which before it was 75, but
Right.
now it's 150. But the point is that even at level 2, those things were like you're level 3 and you still haven't leveled it up. This
God,
damage isn't
I
really.
would have three. I would still have four tangos
Yeah,
or
probably.
five.
Definitely, you still would have had a lot more tangos. Because Darkseer is essentially level 2 now, so 50 damage per second from the ions. Like, it's hard to tell exactly because it doesn't really add that. Like, level 4, you're not going to have 75% magic resist. It's like multiplicative, not additive, or whatever the way it's called. So once you level Spell Shield up, I think it'll go up to from 25%. It'll go up to, I believe, 37 or 38%, something like that. But let's see. Let's see when that happens. Oh, here we go. 44%, dude. 40 is nearly 50%.
Jeez.
It's half the damage. You're
Just
gonna be taking. Yeah,
one little
obviously it
extra
was
point.
25% before, and now it's half, so it's pretty decent though, I think. But yeah, just one value point. Honestly, it's not even too crazy to put a second point in there, but you do need the max blink. So, um, I think definitely adding 2 points in mana break weren't really a great idea.
I know that
It,
the best way to go on Anti-Mage generally, since they took away stat gain, is
yeah.
like a 1-4-1,
Mm.
or like a 1-3-1-4,
No.
1-3-1.
This is
But I
fine
do
against
something very weird
Darkseer.
here. You're gonna
This
see
is
me continue not to do blink, but
This is fine against Darkseer. By level
yeah.
4, you're fine with 2-1-1. But the problem is, it wasn't just Darkseer, it was Mirana's. It's just
Look at this
every single
arrow. Oh
time.
my God.
Every single time you get clipped by the arrow.
I know.
Yeah, you guys need a lane ward. Like, what? Where is the lane ward? There's a Mirana. There
I
should be
don't
two
know.
wards. There should be. I mean, just one ward is
Genius
enough.
usually supports quite well. She's now
Hmm.
4100 solo MMR, just supporting only. But like, I think she was just poor as shit. But I think at some point she probably could have gotten a ward. But she died like that was like her fourth or fifth time. She
Hmm.
was like typing to me, dude, I've died 5 times. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
we're gonna win. I just said, well, we're gonna win this. Just keep going.
I mean, CM is really good against Darkseer as well. Honestly, I don't know what happened here when Darkseer puts an iron shot on a creep. CM can just kill it like that, but she's taking way too long, and she
Yeah,
should
I
also,
told her all I need you to do is save your mana for frostbite and ion shells.
yeah,
That's all I need. That's all I need. And she starts doing it, but she's
like
a higher MMR than me, so a lot of times she doesn't listen to my calls in game. It
mm,
tilts me quite a bit. There was like 2 or 3 calls where I asked my team to get the fuck back as 4, get closer to our base in this game while we defended, and in the Luna game, and she just is sticking with the teammates, running out doing something stupid instead of saying in the mic. She uses the mic a lot. All she has to do is be a second person saying, "Hey, let's listen, let's get back," but she
yeah,
doesn't do it. And I know it's a 100% the right call, but my team just goes out and feeds, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I started playing worse, and I'm like, what the fuck, and I'm
yeah,
to this point I don't say anything most of the time because I value our friendship, and
yeah,
and especially being a female, I don't want to
yeah,
piss her
absolutely.
off.
Absolutely.
But
Hey, come on, man! You see that arrow?
I
You saw that
know
arrow.
that was 3 arrows, 2 of them that killed me,
Four.
and one of them that took all my
Four.
regen. 4.
Yeah. 4 arrows you've taken so far in this lane.
And believe it or not, even as much as you know me in this game right now, well, I think there was a point, and I'll tell you where in stream I was like, "We're fucking lost. We're done." You know what? There's some people that watch my stream that are friends of my brother in real life,
Okay.
who actually get on my stream and play drinking games when
Oh
they're
my
watching me.
god.
Like every time he
Yeah.
says he's done, we gotta take a shot.
Oh, that was a good arrow.
I
That
was
was a
ready
good
for
hook,
that
though.
shit.
That
I
was
was
a
trying
good
to stay out of
attempt.
the way. Well, anyway, critique my play. Tell me where I can do micro and macro. Just tell me what I could do.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is like you just needed to be like you've been hit by a few arrows, right? Not a couple of arrows, a few arrows. By the time you get hit by the second arrow, you need to start paying attention to Miranda and being more active, and that's something that you know. You might be offended by this, and you know me, I don't really care if it's a fact, it's a fact, but it might be on account of you being old. But
I don't think
it's
so. I think it was just me and my not um not keeping it in my frame of mind that that's something
That's what
different
I'm
though.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You have to keep these things in the frame of your mind. Like you have to be constantly when there's a Pudge, when there's a Mirana, when there's a Ricky as well. In his heroes, you always have to assume that they are.
Look at
Mirana's aiming for an arrow. Which direction could she aim for an
it.
arrow? And then
Look at
position
CM.
yourself.
Poor CM. I just keep leaving her to die.
No, that's fine. You did the right move.
Sorry.
You're doing the right moves. You're going to the jungle. It's just sad that you're getting all these
Well, no,
really
I'm
high
farming
damage
for them. I'm
creeps.
getting all the creeps low and leaving them.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. But it's like this is the second time you've got Alpha Wolf camp, and they do a lot of damage. It's really annoying. Uh, it's fine. It's fine. You're doing so far. So far, despite having had 3 deaths, having had a rough lane. One thing that you have to always keep in mind is if there's a dual lane and they're trying to pressure
Oh,
you,
yeah.
it's fine
Genius
because
said like 3 times we should probably switch our lanes, and I was thinking, well, Jug's gonna fuck me up because he's ahead of me.
I don't
I was
think
like,
that
I'm not
you
going
all
there.
should have switched your lanes. I think just the two supports should have rotated, made space in mid, made space in top. Go and do the same thing to Nice. Go and do the same thing to their Juggernaut, to their carry, right? It's fine if you just stay here and leech XP. And the thing is, like, it's a bloody Darkseer, dude. He's gonna. This is a mistake, not leveling up your ult. And I was looking at it and I
I
was
didn't
like,
mean
okay,
to.
you.
I actually didn't mean to. It was so
Oh,
bad.
okay.
I swear I didn't mean to do that. I was like thinking, I hope no one notices. They're gonna report me. I'm
Right.
always afraid of getting reported in every game. But
No, what I
go
was
ahead.
saying is that you could have just leached XP, and it's not even about leeching XP. It's a bloody Darkseer. The wave is going to be underneath your tower all day long, so you literally could have soloed this lane, solo 1v2 against a Mirana and Darkseer. If your supports rotate, like there's a Visage, there's a CM, they can quite easily, like, they don't even need to rotate. CM can just go in jungle, and Visage can just go and I don't know what Visage can do, but level 3, level 6, but even then, like it's better. Like with the Pudge, Visage is pretty decent. You've got your slow Grave Chill. Maybe put another point in it. Point 2 points in Grave Chill. I don't really play Visage that much. I actually level 1 is enough because the movement speed stays the same. It's just a duration. So yeah, even with level 1, it allows Pudge to land hooks easily with more ease. Also, Pudge is going to slow and all that stuff. The point is, you could have quite easily soloed that lane. Sure, you don't get as much farm, but you get a lot of XP, and your supports are then allowed to make more space around the map, keep the enemy team lower, so that when the tower goes, when Darkseer leaves, you get completely free space because your allies are much higher level. They're pushing towers faster, better, stronger, harder. Full
Um,
song. But
can you
yeah.
put it on my player perspective?
Oh, what
Oh,
the hell am I doing now? Yeah.
bunch of
Uh,
Pudge.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I whenever I get coached by anybody, I'm like, I want it to be like when I would get Echo's coachings, he would get bored and start flipping around to like everybody's player perspective and free look and everything, and I'm like, that's not a lesson. I want you to be like you were in my eyes and tell me
Yeah.
what I can
Yeah.
live. Not, I
I
don't want
mean,
you to
I mean,
know all these other things that I wouldn't have known.
I mean, so far you're doing fine. Like, I don't know what you're doing right
Oh,
now.
because I'm just so worried that like I need to help my team once in a while,
No, you
but
don't. No,
I
you
had
don't.
checked the Skyrim mana and
Yeah, ended up being okay, but this could have gone pretty badly for you. Actually, it still might go badly for you. Strength, strength, strength. Okay, good. You
I was
live,
a little
dude.
worried. I didn't know what level that bolt was, and I'm like,
Yeah,
my mana
it's oh shit,
resist,
it's
my
core.
magic resistance, I'll probably be okay.
Yeah, 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 definitely, definitely. And I didn't realize that it is a core Skyrat, so he does do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But so far, you're doing okay. You're not doing too poorly. Yes, your itemization, your items have been delayed a lot. What I would have done at this point, or not at this point, when I find out that the lane is really hard, just go for a iron talent.
Yeah.
Just upgrade
Oh,
this
I
to an
should have
iron
done that in
talent.
this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't stack anymore. Before, Iron Talent and Quelling
Oh
Blade
yeah,
used to
so
stack.
I'd have to make another Quelling Blade to get my
Yeah, yeah.
Battle Fury.
Before up until like 2 weeks ago, they used to stack. So you
Yeah.
get
And
literally,
the pros weren't even taking advantage of that for a while, but all of a
yeah.
sudden, like 2 weeks before they stopped doing it, everybody on every carry was getting both.
Obviously, because like think about the damage, right? It's 24 melee damage,
Yeah.
for what 200 gold, and the other items that actually give like Claymore gives a not even 24, and it costs 1400 gold. Obviously, this is for against heroes only. Like, sorry, this is against creeps only. But that's all you care about as a carry, right? That's all you're doing. So it was so broken. But unfortunately, it's not like that anymore. But still, it's still better to have an Iron Talent because the 40% HP is like 4 hits of yours. Like, let's see, go back to yeah, like that's a lot, right? That's a lot. So it definitely helps out quite a bit. Um, Not to mention the armor is quite decent as well. Yeah, jump away. That's fine. So you're doing a pretty decent job of farming away. Don't go back there. You know Jug is there. Why would you blink there? That is so dangerous. That is complete. Like Jug even had level 2. You 100%. That was a death for you. Like if this Jug had been, this Jug probably didn't think you would TP there. Yeah, he wasn't even looking. If
I
Jug
didn't feel
had,
like a few seconds he would have killed me, but or
sorry,
once I do the blink, then it's like what 3-4 seconds before I can blink again. I don't
five
know.
second 5 second cooldown, right? So it's about
Yeah.
4 seconds after like all the stuff. But well,
Right.
you have to put in human time and all that. So yeah, it is going to be 5 seconds. So he
Oh.
definitely kills you, dude. He has level 2 ult. That's 6 slashes times what? Let's just say 200 damage. So that's 1200 physical damage. You're dead, man. You're 100%
Yeah.
dead.
You're right.
You're a dead man. There were no
God, I'm
creeps
squishy
there.
as fuck.
Yeah, there weren't any creeps there either. So
I felt like this was a decent AM pick game, but I could have been better playing Ursa again. The previous game I went ham, like destroyed with doing the phase blink dezo, and we just wrecked.
honestly, I
But this
think a
could have been
ranged
another good Ursa
hero.
game. I could have destroyed Jug and Skywrath with Ursa, but maybe
A
I don't know.
ranged hero would have been better,
Oh,
and Skyrath is actually pretty decent against Ursa, of course, Skyrath, because he has a slow, he has
oh,
root, he has
look at this.
disables, like he
Watch
has
this.
this.
I was so tilted that they went invisible before I could do this. I think I went to do it. No. Oh. Well, I'm just
Yeah.
not using my ult ever, so I figured I'd just use it and then go back to farming.
Yeah, but like where you are right now, it's also not the most ideal place. Sure, you see Jug now, but before you didn't, and that was not the best thing to do. Now you are very safe to farm in the jungle, so I'd like to see you farm away. That's pretty good. You're going to the ancients is good. I'd like to see
Then
you
look what
get
I did.
a.
I did what you used to tell me to do, I think. Salve hits me right here and I
Yeah,
just keep going.
I was just about to say I'd really like to
You
see
taught me
you get
that.
a salve right now,
Yep.
and you do exactly that. So that's pretty good. In fact, I'd really like to see you get another a salve at that point when you got the salve, a salve and a set of tangos would have been really nice because that means that you are even more comfortable taking ancients next time because now when you go to the ancients you're gonna need another salve. But if you
You
had
know,
tangos, that wouldn't have.
it's funny. Like, yeah, that would have been good. There's like things that I could have done. I knew that the heroes that I was worried about weren't there with Treant, so I was like, all right, this guy's not gonna do anything. He's probably gonna hit me once. There we
Yeah,
go. Just leave.
yeah, it's good. You
But I
just have
was
to
getting a
be.
little scared at that point. Like, there could be one or two heroes coming down there to
Yeah.
meet up with Treant's ult. So I
Yeah,
was like, all right, I'm
exactly.
getting out.
Like the timing is as soon as Trian sees you, start counting down. Let's say as soon as Trian sees you, somebody TPs in. And how long is it going to take them to get here? Obviously, if it's a Darkseer, you don't care. He can't kill you. If it's a Mirana, it's the arrow that you need to take care, worry about. If it's the Skarath, it's just how long it'll take for him to get from here to here and then silence you. If it's a Jug, you don't really care. You can blink away. Well, not really blink away because this guy can overgrowth you and then you will die. So it's like how long will it take for Jug to get from here to here, which is all timing that you took. Like you did it pretty decently, so that was all good. You're farming away right now. That's pretty good. You're not gonna join a fight until you could have pushed. Okay, you are pushing. You are pushing. That's good. That's good. Keep pushing. There's no way you join this fight. You could have put.
So right about this point right now, I was right before this point when I got the Battle Fury. I'm getting close to Yasha. I'm like, man, we're in this. We can do this.
Yeah.
And but because I realized, well, we could do this, and combined with the enemy team coming down mid like that again, with me wanting to push the tower, I was very worried I was making the wrong decision. But I was like, man, I still only have 900 HP. They
Yeah.
need to fight for a while before I
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so I said, I'm going to push this tower. I'm going to get my Yasha, TP back in. Maybe I can get a good ult. But
There's a few
you'll
things that
see what
you can think
happens.
about. There's a
But
few things
the
that you
point
can
being,
think
like,
about. You can think
right
about
now
like
is where I got.
yeah,
Go
there's
ahead.
a few things that you can think about. The first thing to think about is the things that implement uh, that you need to factor in when you're making a decision. Can my team defend high ground? Do they have wave clear? You've got a CM throwing out her Novas. You've got this guy throwing out his horns. So between these two guys, you've got some decent wave clear, and you've got the Pudge ready for hooking things. So that's pretty good. At the same time, you have to look at the enemy team. Do they have something that can come into our base and change the whole playstyle and bring us out like a Magnus, a Tide Hunter, a Darkseer, something like that. And yes, they do. So the other thing that you now need to worry about is if their Darkseer gets a nice back wall, and this guy like Darkseer needs a blink dagger for that. Miranda blinks in, throws out her Starstorm. Trian blinks in, throws in his ultimate. Jug comes in, uses his ultimate. It can be a complete shit show. So what you need to look at is, do these guys actually have those tools? And obviously none of them have blink, right? So you don't need to worry at all about any of these things. Literally, just CM and Kunkka can keep the wave pushed out and not take too much damage from the tower. Maybe a little few right clicks from Miranda, and that's about it. So that's the sacrifice that you kind of have to make. You have to take some damage to your tower in exchange for getting farm on you. But what you should have done is, right now you're wasting time. You should have blinked back, even if it means taking some tower hits. That's fine. You blink back. You take this creep wave out faster, and then you go and maybe push this
Oh,
tower
you
or
would have
whatever.
gone ahead of blinked a couple times and gotten the creep wave over between the tier 1 and tier 2 and then came back.
Not came back, just go and keep farming because you're not really bothered with taking tier 1 tower. Or even if you are, then you can come back and take it. But yeah, let's see what you see right around this time, because they are so deep into your tower. You could have thought about coming to the lane,
The
coming to
TP
defend.
just came off cooldown like 3
Yeah,
seconds ago.
no, I'm just saying you could have thought about it. Like even if you TP there, it was okay. Honestly, for me, I would be okay if you TP'd before
Closer.
or if you'd kept pushing. So I'm okay either way. I'm just saying you could have thought about it. But
Look
definitely
at this,
this
man. I
TP,
would have blown them all up because I was going to hit the Skywrath, but she went invis. I'm right as I blinked. I'm like, no,
yeah,
you got to hit
yeah. No,
somebody.
I mean this you could have, even right now you could have come back. But if you wanted to come back, I would have liked you to TP somewhere closer to this tower so you can
Yes.
join this fight sooner. But you ended up TPing the base, and now what happens is, like, you didn't need to come back. By the way, you could have just stayed where you were, kept pushing because the enemy team was already retreating. Right? You could have pushed
Yeah.
this tower and taken this tier 2 as well, and then kept on
Like,
pushing,
yeah.
and the enemy
I
team
never had
wouldn't
to
have.
die there. I
No,
gave Jug a shitload of more gold.
yeah, yeah. So it was like, it was mainly two things. First thing was obviously, you could have kept pushing, and it was your decision. Like you misjudged how well your team can defend high ground. In fact, your team had already defended high ground.
Yeah.
The wave was not, the enemy
Dave
creep wave
Morano
was
ulted
not
if they were
there.
leaving as long as they didn't counter initiate on them,
Yeah, there was at least 20 to 25 seconds before the next creep wave would have arrived. So the enemy team has to wait here for 20 seconds or TP in to defend their tower, which
So
you
what I
would
should have
see.
done is either realize that at the very worst we maybe lost tier 1 or tier 3 and I could have taken another tower and farmed a lot more money, or I could have came back at slightly earlier and TP'd closer to the fight. But I kind of made the in the middle decision that was kind of
Yeah,
bad, and then I
yeah,
TP'd to my base instead of the
yeah.
tower.
Yeah, I mean, even when the by the time you TP'd to the base, it was already too late. You shouldn't have even TP'd here because they'd already started retreating. Their creep wave wasn't there. Your creep wave wasn't there. Your tower had been already defended. So it was all like all of those things.
Yeah,
It was just like the timing was slightly off. Um,
this jug is getting big. Oh,
Also, you kind of just went in,
oh,
jumped right in. You didn't let your team take the fight. You sort of you were the first one in. Total YOLO.
when they just took this fight here, this was the exact moment when I said it to everyone, not just Gene, that we won. We got this. We won. Right there where they killed the Darkseer and Treant without me. I was like, and I got my Yasha and Battle Fury, and I'm like, okay, we got this. We defended high ground. We killed
the
these two.
the
You
main
know, get
problem
a
is the
couple wars
jug.
and we'll win. But
The main problem is the jug and the
Skyrath.
Skarath. Yeah, the jug and the Skarath are the ones who have all the gold, all the comeback gold. So you guys, if you wanna say now we've won, then you need to kill the Skarath and the jug, not or and if you kill both of them, that's like 2,000 comeback gold combined. Probably a little bit more. Maybe I don't know. We'll see when it actually happens because I'm pretty
You're
sure they
about to
will die.
you're about to see my biggest mistake of the game, I think. And
The
right
biggest
now I have
mistake,
3 heroes.
yeah. CM is still good. Like
Yeah,
a big mistake here is like you've got an anti-mage. You need to secure this jungle, so it's like on you as well because you
to
playing
say like,
anti-mage. You
hey,
need to
ward.
like hey, can you please ward up my jungle? I need to farm here. Can we just smoke and go and ward up the jungle or something, or get a deeper ward like a ward
Maybe
over
we'll even
here?
get a pick off. Yeah.
Yeah, so all of these things, small things, small. So far, you haven't really made a game-losing decision. It's just like team composition and a little bit of like just misplays and not understanding your lane really, really well. Getting hit by Mirana a couple times, delayed your battlefield a lot. That particular TP down here is quite a waste of time. Like you could have taken this tier 2 tower. They wouldn't have taken your tier 3. That was the decision. That was the realization like can they take my tier 3? No, they can't, so just keep pushing, take this tower because whatever damage that was done to this tower is probably healed up by now. Like you didn't even bother looking at this side. Like I'm pretty sure you didn't bother looking here. You just TP'd there, so that's another mistake. Like right now, you should have been looking here. Like what is happening? Why is my team even outside of the base? I'm the only
Right.
one who should be outside the base. Why are they outside the base? So maybe tell them like, go guys, go back in. Or if they're outside, like when they're outside, this is prime feeding time, right? There are four of them. Four of your allies are just gonna okay. Four of your allies are just gonna
It's terrible.
they're standing outside. They're just gonna go and die. So there are two things
Oh,
that can happen.
this is where before this fight even occurred. Go back a little bit more, like to where I'm like going up to the off lane.
Yeah.
Right here. I'll tell you when. You can just pause it. Like pause it now. I said I said I said everybody get back, get closer to our base. Please just waste their time. Get back or you're gonna die. I can't be with
Yeah.
you right this second. Do not fight out there. Get back. I said it just like that. All of that. And I
It's
even
not
said,
even
Gene,
that
tell them to
don't
get
go
back.
out.
And they don't say anything and they all go right into it and fucking
Mm,
clash. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, we had a
yeah.
chance, but you guys just ruined it.
Yeah.
Because
The
they could
thing
have just
is,
fell back.
the
And
thing is,
They didn't ward our jungle. Like, I was getting so tilted.
like there's two things that you can do in this sort of a situation. Number one, you can do the right thing, which is what you're doing. Don't TP there. Just keep split pushing, keep farm. Okay,
Oh,
you do TP there.
yeah.
So this is
And then I
I
drew
should
a
have.
really bad ult because I was stressed and I didn't check the Treant's mana. And he really
Yeah.
doesn't have a mana pool right now anyway. But
No, Treant is probably the last person you wanna you wanna ult
yeah,
anyway.
it's probably
Um,
Sky and then Marana,
Sky and Mirana,
right? Or I
Darkseer's
mean,
got a really
it's,
big like Darkseer probably has as big a mana pool. Darkseer has 1,000 mana. Mirana's they've both got equal amounts of mana, both Darkseer and Mirana. But it's really Skyrath who you should be like. Even right now, Skyrath has 1,000 mana missing, and neither of these like both of these guys have. This guy only has 200 mana missing. This guy only has 500 mana missing. So at this point, if you ult Skyrath as a 1,000 damage, 1,000 times 1.85. So it's almost like 850 AoE damage, pretty big AoE by the way. But that's besides
yeah,
the
it
point.
is.
But
Just once.
what I was about to say was that there's two decisions, there's two things that you can do here. One of either you stay doing the right thing because your team shouldn't have been outside their base. They ended up dying, so you might end the
Yeah,
game.
they got
Okay,
funneled into that shit.
hold on. Let me go back a little bit. So one thing you can do is if your team is going out base and you see the enemy team approaching, then right around, like, you see they're not moving back, right? You see they're not moving back, so you at right around this time, you TP here to this tower, whatever, and you try and join this fight so that it's a 5v5 fight and give your team the best opportunity. It's definitely the wrong decision, no doubt about it, but not
But
doing
it would
that.
have been a lot better than coming in late. I should just kept
Yeah.
pushing.
The other thing is doing the right thing, which probably means you still lose the game, but it's the right thing to do. Sometimes doing the right thing means that you lose the game, even though you know it'll lose the
Oh,
game. So
can I add something?
you could have kept pushing, but the worst thing to do is not push, TP in, but TP in late like you did. So
To some extent, the fact that I did the wrong thing just because my team already fucked up and did the wrong thing might be developing on a bad habit. So even if it
exactly,
loses the game, and I did the right thing to push top and just keep going,
yeah,
uh,
it
um,
develops the right
I'm
habits.
developing a better habit instead of
Exactly,
back
that's the main
like
thing. That's what I'm trying
developing
to. Yeah,
better.
exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. To
So
be
who cares
honest,
if I
right?
lose? I do the right thing, and eventually the right thing will help
Yeah,
me. But
more, like 7 out of 10 times that right thing is gonna end up winning the game for you. Like right here, you should have bought back as well. You're gonna lose racks, and
I
I don't
told
know.
them just let
I
it
probably
go.
would have
But
bought
then
back.
it started going really well. Or not really well, but they're making it happen. A
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh yeah, well, you
But
you
it's the funny
guys.
thing is, it's so right about that bad or good habit. And what I ended up doing 3 times in this game is not making either one of the ideal choices at the end of two different spectrums. I did it in the
Yeah.
middle each
Yeah.
time
Exactly.
because I was so like, oh, what do I do? You
Yeah.
know,
No, I mean
do I
even
do I
TPing
do I
in
go help my
early.
team making the bad decision, or
Hmm.
do I keep? It was like
Even
trying to
TPing
compensate for my
early.
team.
Even TPing early to help your team would not be the right decision. It would still be a wrong
Better.
decision, bad habits, but at least it's better than TPing in after everything is done and then you just go in 1v5 and just feed.
Yeah.
But you did lose your, what was it, melee? I never know these until I click it and I see there's no region. But yeah, they did take your melee racks, which is pretty much the only important thing. Range racks isn't that important, so it's quite rough. It's
See right
quite
here, I
rough.
didn't blink to the next lane because I was like, I need this blink to get away. It might
Yeah,
be coming.
yeah. I think around this time you should have bought a observer board and placed it around here, observer plus sentry, just so that you spend like 150 gold, 165 gold, but it guarantees you so much farm without
This
danger.
game, there was
Oh,
like 2 or 3 times where I bought a ward. This is bad.
lol.
I missed it.
You can manta this. You can manta this right now.
There
Okay.
was like 2 or 3 times in this game, or maybe in the Luna game and this game. Between both games, I bought Observer Ward like 3 or 4 different
Mm.
times between both games and dropped it in base and said, "Hey, Gene, here's some help." Because these are both very, very
You,
hard games to come back from.
I
But
notice
I
you
should have
do.
kept the ward and put it down myself. I think,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Do
Because she
because like
can't get it out there safely anyway.
no, no, she can't. I notice you do this quite a lot.
What?
You're farming here. You see an enemy, and like you're not even looking at what is happening over there. Situation might have changed. Maybe you can manta. Maybe you can all some situation might have changed. You don't necessarily have to blink away. So you should be looking constantly looking. Like you could have pressed the stop command and just stop blinking and change whatever you're doing. Maybe suddenly Magnus, you have a Magnus or something, and he RPs, and you're not even looking, and you blink away. So you should be looking at where you blink. Like your screen, your blink is like what you did just now. You still were looking like your screen was still on where you were blinking, and you're on your hero, so you can constantly be aware of what is happening. So it's just
Okay.
like a little bit of
Oh my
screen
God, here it is.
improvement.
This is
Yeah,
the game moment.
you have Manta though. Manta, right?
I did. I
Wait,
manted
what?
the arrow or something. I don't know, but like 3 things tried to hit me at once, and I was just like, "Whoa, Manta!" Or, I don't
All
know.
right, you did Manta.
And I
Your
got back to
illusions
that,
died so
and I
quickly,
almost
didn't even
blinked
see it.
out. It was like half a second I would have been able to blink into the trees and maybe got away. But anyway, I
Mm.
think this is the moment. Even though I think I made maybe less mistakes than my team did as a whole. Um, maybe not. I think we all tried really hard. but I think that one moment right there was I was
I
lost the
don't
game.
think that was that one moment. I think there was several issues, and it all started from the laning phase.
Yeah,
You far behind in farm, and because it was a tri lane situation, and you guys didn't get anything out of a tri lane. Pretty much, when you lose a tri lane against like a solo or a dual lane, that's majority of the times, I'd even say that's 9 out of 10 times that's a lost game, because you split up XP so poorly, and you still end up. It wasn't even just like a regular loss, right? It was like a hard loss. Like it,
right,
um, during that laning phase. Let's just say 9 minutes. Like your CM died 4 times, you died 3 times. That's 7 deaths. This guy died twice. That's 9 deaths. As opposed to these guys who didn't even die. So that their off lane, their off lane didn't die a single time. Then there were two of them, and you guys were tri laning and you died so many times. So the XP, horrible XP graph there, a horrible gold graph there for your lane. Obviously, unfortunately, we can we oh, can we turn it off? Clear network. We might actually be able
no,
to.
you can
It's
click
fine.
on the part on the whole group, and turn it off, and then click the ones you want. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Like
good.
see mine, and then look at Jugs. Like his kills and farming and his battle fury, just like.
Yeah, I mean,
But
by 10 minutes, it wasn't that big
I failed that
difference.
Jug. I feel like I did better than Jug that game. Like if you take in the circumstances I was farming under,
I
but
don't wanna. I don't wanna look at gold. I want to look at XP, and unfortunately, player level. Yeah, look at that. Look at that huge difference. That is what I'm talking about. That is a huge
yeah,
difference. Even when we turn Jug off and we look at Mirana, like Darkseer and Mirana, like they're both more or less like that's a dual lane who is both of them are above you in levels. That should not be happening. You know.
no, it's because it got so many kills.
Yeah, they got so many kills, and also you were tri laning and you weren't getting anything out of the tri lane. So it's like you should have asked your supports to move away, or um, also you shouldn't have died so many times. Obviously, yeah, it's just like a rough game.
Yeah, it was, but I was trying really fucking
I'm
hard,
pretty
so I thought
sure.
I'd get a lesson.
I'm pretty sure you guys lost in the laning phase. You just needed to improve your laning phase. Honestly, I think even going for the Battle Fury build in this game might not have been the best option. I've seen some wacky, like go for Vanguard into Maelstrom. Don't even go for a Battle Fury. Just Vanguard Maelstrom into Manta style. I think you still get the Manta style at 22 minutes or even earlier. Obviously, you're going to have an Iron Talon, but I think those items would have been better this game than going for a Battle Fury, just because Battle Fury, the timing is just so late. Like you got your Battle Fury at like
Yeah,
16
22
minutes or
or 18.
18 minutes. Yeah, so 18 minutes. Like this is when you could have had your Manta, but you ended up having your Manta at 28 minutes, and that's all. Like 1 or 2 minutes is all the difference in the world of Dota, and this is like 6 minute difference. So
Yeah, especially Manta's such a fucking big item.
yeah, exactly. Especially against like Skywrath.
Sky.
Not only does Skywrath have silence, he also has got that root. So there's a bunch of things.
This is an amazing ult target too that I can burn down really quick. But
Mm. All right,
oh,
let's
is this
go
a Luna
over.
game? Oh, cool.